So out of the box or out of the wall, whatever you want to call it, we have Zoo Warriors from the Magic Mountain. So BPC says this is blended Hong Kong action with Western special effects. Extraordinary. I have no idea what this is. This is a Shout Factory release with a foreign star. Let's just figure this sucker out because I have, like I said, no clue what this is. Chase Lee Hockey here at the Blue Futon reviewing Zoo Warriors from the Magic Mountain. So what is this about? An army deserter is chased by vampires in the mountain of Zoo. He is rescued by a master and becomes his devoted pupil. But when they are ambushed by the Blood Devil, the pair finds themselves in the need of assistance of a devil chaser and his pupil. With the additional help of Master Cheng, that is who I thought it was. They managed to hold off the Blood Devil, but they need to find the dual sorceress. So Sammo Hung is in this. I thought that was him. Anyway, did I like this film? Yes. This is the most bonkers movie you need to watch. I mean, like I said, I put this in the DVD drive. I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is kind of funny. Because it's like the Red Army versus the Yellow Army, the Green Army, the Blue Army. And they're like, we don't know who to fight. We don't know who to fight. Let's pretend dead. And there was some hysterical moments. I mean, shit that was funny. And you're just like, yes, give me more of that campy humor. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. It worked. And then we just go to this crazy, like, I didn't know they were vampires. I just thought they were just weird demons that were coming out of these jugs, if I want to put it that way. And, you know, I was having a fun time. It was going all over the place. And all of a sudden they go to this, this place with all the women. And there's fun sex jokes. There's just silliness overall. And then they go to this weird area with, like, tinfoil stuff. And the guy's holding this big-ass ball. And he's holding this big-ass ball because he has this weird light. And the whole light, he's got to make sure it shines on this weird thing with prongs, if you want to put it that way. Because in, like, 49 days, the thing's going to explode. And if they don't find in 49 days the dual swords, and the dual swords, they don't ching with each other. Well, okay, it's bonkers, right? What I just said to you, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And this movie is what the hell. But it's the most glorious what the hell I've ever watched. The action. Okay, there's one negative. I'll get to the negative at the end. But the action, just bonkers. Yes, it's very low budget because you can see the wires of when they're zooming, when they're jumping. Yes, so, yes, could they have edited the wires out? Sure. But, of course, this was made in, the 70s or 80s, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even have a date. When was this made? I don't know. I can't tell you guys because it doesn't say on the on the drive. But I'm gonna guess 70s or 80s. But I could be guessing. Anyway, they could have done that. The score, pretty good. The acting, yes, it's cheesy. Some of the acting is better with other people. Like the pupil with the other guy, he's like comes in at 50% of the story. Yeah, his acting is kind of weak. But the other people, I dug it. It worked. Special effects, it worked as well as it could have. Especially in this time, probably being a low budget. Especially like going through this portal and being underwater. Sure, like I said, that tinfoil stuff, sure. But I say that, but there's also these badass chain effects. There's also these badass, just crazy effects in this movie that you're just like, whoa. Yes, there's some horrible green screen. That is fine. I could take it. Because when a movie is having this much fun and this bonkersness, there are things you are willing to ignore. When you have a bad movie, bad humor, bad acting that just piles on and on and on, it gets tiring. Here, like I said, the acting is pretty good. There's hysterical. There's a fish scene in the middle of the movie where it's like, do we eat this fish? And what happens to this fish because they're monks? Funny. There's just sprinkles of just gloriousness in this movie. I was having a fun freaking time. Okay, like I said, the editing. That is the most negative part. Not because they can't edit out the wires. It's sometimes you have no idea what's happening on the screen. Especially there's this one scene where they finally first meet up and they meet this clan with like these things on their heads. That action set piece was a little discombobulated because I had no idea what was happening. Some people were going here, and then it was like pew, pew. It was a little bit too much. The editing was very choppy and it was very hard for me to understand what was occurring in some of these scenes. Yes, while they do that, there are still funny scenes with them trying to balance on things. So them, mixing the action and comedy really works. This is like I said, I don't know when it was made, but I'm going to guess it's like almost pre-Jackie Chan, where then they finally, like, Jackie Chan kind of stepped up the overall Hong Kong scene of doing the comedy action, perfecting it. But this, I'm going to guess, is more of a starter of what it tried to do. But my God, I mean, seriously, go visit this Magic Mountain, not the Six Flag ride. This movie, it's bonkers. It's ridiculous. And I just watched a Hong Kong movie recently. Oh yeah, Twilight of the Moon, or Twilight of the Warrior, sorry, like that. This is better. This is seriously just fun. It is ridiculous. It is over the top. It is bombastic. It totally worked. And my God, more movies like this I need to watch. So Zoo Warriors from the Magic Mountain will receive a 4.5 out of 5 with Futons, which equals at 90%. Guys, yes, the editing might be a little bombastic, but you're not going to not have fun with this movie. No joke. Let's see what the critics and user scores gave this one. So you have critics at 89% with 9 of them. Audience score is 76% with over 2,500. No critic consensus. So this person is just terrible. Probably the worst Hong Kong martial movie I've ever watched. Another guy says 4 out of 5 stars. Another guy says 5 out of 5. Other guy 4.5. 5 out of 5. It is literally non-stop action. It's from, so it's 83. So I did that completely wrong. Jackie Chan was before this. But my goodness, people, it's bonkers. And I had a blast. 90, 89, 76. Chase Zuck here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One of things, Bluetoontopia. You Blue Futonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. I'm going to watch Tate tomorrow, week from month, or year from every single freaking one of you. Sometimes I do that, and like, I feel a burp coming, but I didn't this time. But Shout Factory, it's a Shout Factory release. If it's ever on sale, try to buy it.